Hello, and welcome to the top 10 best, or at least my favorite SpongeBob title cards. Now, I know people like to normally do topics like best episodes, worst episodes, etc., or maybe some random video essay about some random thing that nobody cares about, stuff like that. So personally, I felt like doing something a little bit, different, sort of out of the norm, if you will, about title cards. This show has a whole array of, all sorts of different title cards. No two really look alike, except for maybe a few, which are quite literally the same, but today I will be looking at my top 10 favorites, starting with number 10, Smooth Jazz at Bikini Bottom, which is a Season 8 episode. I really like this title card because, first of all, I think that the purple color looks really good. The sort of bright, shining purple. It looks really nice, and I like that the words are sort of arranged like music notes, except for this one, but it kind of gives this one a bit of a creativity edge. I have one issue with this title card, though, that kind of keeps it from being any higher than number 10, and it has less so to do with how it looks, and more so just about the title itself. The word smooth here, why does it have an extra E at the end? It's just it doesn't need that E. That's not really how you spell that word. It doesn't really make it particularly fancier either. It's just it's just a random E. If it wasn't for that, this would be higher up, like number 9 or 8 or somewhere around that, but just because of that, it's no higher than number 10. Anyway, number 9 is also a Season 8 episode, Restraining SpongeBob. I like this one because, the color contrast is good. The dark pink and the dark blue and the bright blue letters, it looks good. But the thing that really grabs my attention about this one is that the dark blue shapes are actually like miniature SpongeBobs, all doing the same pose. It's something that's really easy to miss when you first look at this title card, but when you do, it makes it so much more interesting, I think. And yeah, there's not much more to say, I just really like that detail. Number 8 is a Season 2 episode, Something Smells. This is another one where I didn't notice a certain detail about it, but when I looked really closely, I realized, oh, that's an actual, nature image behind the letters and the effect that's overlaying these letters. That made this one a whole lot more interesting to me. Those are I looked closer and I was like, oh, there's leaves there. Aside from that, this one just generally looks interesting. I like the sort of green overlay effect. It kind of makes this one more, just more interesting. And generally the color looks good. Number 7 is Survival of the Idiots, also a Season 2 episode. This one just aesthetically looks really pretty. The snowflakes, the bright blue, going with the dark blue letters is a really good contrast. And I like the fact that it has bubbles, because it's it just works, snow. And because it's snow, because the episode's about in a snowy setting, but you also gotta remember that it's still underwater, so they also put these bubbles here. It's an interesting detail, and generally I just like how bright and just how much the color pops out. It looks really good. Number 6 is Pat Nocchio, a Season 11 episode. I like this one because it really does a good job of looking like an actual sort of book cover. It looks all shiny and there's these cool patterns and the letters are sort of fancy. I like all these cool drawings around it. And it does look like an actual sort of book cover, which is what they were going for. And it looks nice. It looks nice. Number 5 is Karen's Virus. This one also does a good job with the sort of look it's going for. The sort of computery aesthetic with all these lines. This one's also a season 11 episode, by the way. First we got 2 season 8 episodes, then 2 season 2 episodes, and now 2 season 11 episodes. It's kind of an interesting pattern, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I also like how the letters look computery, with even a cord going out here. This cord here, it makes it more interesting, and these letters are made out of slime, indicating that Karen's a computer, and the virus is like, it's a virus, it's icky. It's like, it's a gross virus. Nobody likes viruses. And, it has a lot of sort of personality to it. I like it. Number 4 is One Crab's Trash. Season 3 episode. This one is interesting because if you actually watch the episode, you'll notice that the camera's sort of like moving around, and the watery effect over the title card is like also sort of moving around, which makes this one look more interesting because it looks like it's kind of being filmed underwater, but it obviously isn't because it's just a drawing. But it's a really cool looking effect when you actually like see it. Plus, generally it just looks cool. I like the big old treasure chest. Really, it just gives this one a lot of sort of, also a lot of personality to it. I like it. Number 3 is Employee of the Month, which is a season 1 episode. I generally just really like the colors on this one. The blue painted on Krabby Patties going against the purple background with some blue on it. And there's some green splatters here. The colors in this one really pop out and go well together. The letters are they're less interesting than the actual background is, but it's still a good... It pops out well enough that I don't mind. And it's I just really like the colors. Number 2 is SB129, which is also a season 1 episode. It's a space background. Need I say more? Who the heck does not love space backgrounds? There's even some purple shining here, which makes it look really cool. And I love the chrome letters. Plus, if you actually watch the episode, you'll notice that the letters and numbers are sort of moving around, and there's this narrator that goes SB129, which makes it even more interesting. And yeah, I just really like this one. It looks really cool. And number 1, my personal favorite, is also a season 11 episode. The 3rd season 11 episode on the list, Stuck on the Roof. I just love everything about this title card. The background with the night sky looks really pretty, and I love how the Krusty Krab is all dark, but there's still a glow around it, and the letters, the pink, and the bright blue or the cyan looks really good together. It all really just makes for a really pretty title card, in my opinion. And that is why this is number 1, because I like everything about this title card. Everything about it looks really good. And overall, that's my top 10. Let me know if you have any favorite SpongeBob title cards. Overall, I just felt like doing a topic that I thought would be a little more unusual. I felt like going, somewhere a little more out there. So, I don't know, I hope you enjoyed. Oh yeah, there were some honorable mentions I had also considered for this list. I considered Ghost Host, which is a season 4 episode, Imitation Crabs, a season 2 episode, and I think Fools in April, which is a season 1 episode, and there were probably a few more, but yeah, these are the ones that I ultimately chose for my top 10. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope that this sort of out there idea kind of paid off. And, see you next time, and whatever I decide to do next.